Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Cruz here to show you guys how to do this J8 scientific notation IXL. So this one is going to be, it's kind of going to be a conglomeration, right? It's a collection of all the types of scientific notation that we've done so far. We've done it with negative exponents. We've done it with positive exponents. So this is going to be a combination of both of those. But since you're gonna have to like fill in the blank, right? You're gonna have to fill out what the scientific or what the coefficient is and what the exponent is. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. So right now I'm starting out with this number up here at the top, 7,950. Right now, looking at this number, where is my decimal? I see that I don't have a decimal. And whenever we have a number that does not have a decimal, the decimal is secretly hidden all the way back here at the end. Where do I want my decimal to be? I want it to be in between the first two numbers. So right here where this comma is, that's actually exactly where I want my decimal to be in this case. Not always the case, but in this case, that's where I want it to be. So how many times do I have to jump in order to take my decimal from the back to right here? So let's count. 1, 2, 3. All right. So my exponent is going to be a positive 3. And then now I need to rewrite that number after having jumped the decimal to where I wanted it to be. So 7.950. You can put the 0, you don't have to put the 0. But there we go. Light work. All right, this one, 55. Again, I don't see a decimal, but where is the decimal right now? It's all the way back here. Where do I want the decimal to be? In between the 5 and the 5. It's kind of weird. All right, so I have to jump it one time. So my exponent is going to be a positive 1. And then my number is going to be 5.5. And this is easy. All right, next one. Again, don't have a decimal. It's all the way back here. I want my decimal to be in between the 1 and the 8, the first two numbers. So I jump it 1, 2. Exponent is going to be a positive 2. And my number here is going to be 1.86. All right, let's get one with a negative. Oh, okay. Here we go. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sick. This one, we're having to convert it to standard form. So I'm given the scientific notation, and now I have to convert it. So I'm going to start out by writing this number, 3.95. And then I have to jump that decimal to the right 4 times because my exponent is a positive 4. So if I jump it 4 times, I'm going to the right. 1, 2, right? Once I get to the end, I can start putting zeros. 3, 4, right? So again, I went from here and I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, don't get this part confused. You're gonna have to delete the decimal. You don't have to put you don't have to put a comma. As a matter of fact, I would suggest you don't put a comma because then if you put a comma in the wrong spot, it's gonna think that you meant to put a decimal and it's gonna count it wrong. But there we go. That's it. Let's see if we can skip one and get one that has a negative exponent. Because that's what I want you guys to see. Okay, look, this one has a decimal. All right, this one's going to be a little bit more confusing. So we have a decimal where it starts out. Where do I want it to be? I want it to be in between the 2 and the 9. So I'm going to jump my decimal. 1, 2, 3. So my exponent is going to be a positive 3. And then I rewrite that number, 2.9301. All right, this one, negative exponent. All right, beautiful. So let's start out by writing this number, 176. So this time I'm jumping my decimal to the left, right? So I'm going to go 1, right? Once I jump that first one, I can start writing in the zeros. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, all right, let me delete my decimal. My decimal is all the way up here at the front. Now, that's one way to do it, right? When I hit submit, I'm going to get the answer right. But there's an even easier way to do this whenever we have a negative exponent. So if this is the number that I'm starting out with, all I can do is just write 6 zeros in front. So I'm going to delete this decimal and put 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this trick only works if you put the decimal point in between the first 2 zeros. And then this works, again, it only works when you have a negative exponent where you can just write you can type in the amount of zeros that the exponent says. Let's do this last one. So I have my number right here, 0.85873. And here's where my decimal is. I want my decimal to be in between the 8 and the 5. So I want it to be right there. How many times do I have to jump my decimal to go from there to there? Well, I only had to jump it one time. But this time it's going to be a -1 because I had to jump it to the left. Or no, sorry, I had to jump it to the right. The number that I started out with had a decimal, and I had to jump it in the opposite direction. So my exponent is going to be a -1. Because when I jump my decimal from here, from my -1, I'm going to be jumping it to the left in order to get 0.857, blah, 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 instead of here. All right, so there you guys go. Go ahead and knock this out. Ooh, this one. I like this one. If y'all remember, 10 to the power of 0 always equals 1. So that means on this one, I don't have to jump my decimal at all. So my number is going to stay the exact same. All right, go ahead and do this. Shouldn't take you too long, but just follow those steps that we talked about, and you guys are going to do great on it. All right, see you guys later. Peace.